Imagine a world where every object you touch, a simple wooden spoon, a worn-out t-shirt, even a single grain of rice, possesses a soul that yearns to fulfill its purpose. This is the heart of Mottainai, an ancient Japanese philosophy that transcends the mere act of recycling. It is a profound expression of regret when an object's potential is discarded before its time. In the hustle of our modern, disposable culture, we have largely forgotten the sacred bond between the user and the used. But today, we are rediscovering this wisdom. Mottainai isn't just a catchy slogan, it's a spiritual blueprint for a sustainable future, rooted in gratitude and the recognition that nothing in this universe is truly valueless. Let us journey through the history and heart of this beautiful concept to see how it can transform our modern perspective on the world around us. To truly grasp Mottainai, we must look at its linguistic roots. The word is composed of two parts, moti, signifying the essence or substance of a thing, and nai, indicating a lack or negation. Together, it conveys the idea that an object is not being treated with the dignity its essence deserves. This concept is deeply intertwined with Buddhist thought, specifically the belief that all things, even inanimate ones, are interconnected and possess a form of spirit. When we waste something, we aren't just losing money or resources, we are disrespecting the life force of the object and the labor that went into creating it. It is a cry of what a waste that echoes with spiritual weight, reminding us that we are temporary stewards of the physical world, not its masters. The spirit of Mottainai was forged in the fires of necessity. During Japan's Edo period, resources were scarce, and the island nation was largely closed off from the rest of the world. Survival depended on a circular economy long before the term was ever coined. Kimonos were unstitched, washed, and re-sewn for generations. When they finally became too worn to wear, they were repurposed into cleaning rags, then floor wipes, and eventually burned to use the ash for fertilizer. Nothing was ever truly thrown away because away didn't exist. This historical frugality transformed into a cultural virtue where the ability to find new life in old things was seen as a mark of high character and intelligence. It was a lifestyle of creative preservation that defined a nation. In the modern environmental movement, we often speak of the three R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. However, the Mottainai campaign, championed by Nobel Peace Prize laureate Wangari Maathai, adds a crucial fourth R: respect. While the first three are technical actions, respect is the emotional engine that drives them. When you respect an object, you naturally want to reduce your consumption of it. You find joy in reusing it, and you ensure it is recycled properly at the end of its life. This fourth pillar shifts the focus from a chore to a ritual. It changes the narrative from "I have to save the planet" to "I want to honor this gift." By adding respect to our daily habits, we create a sustainable lifestyle that feels fulfilling rather than restrictive. In a traditional Japanese home, Mottainai is visible in the smallest gestures. It is found in the itadakimasu, whispered before a meal, a prayer of thanks to the plants, animals, and farmers. It is seen in the practice of kintsugi, where broken pottery is joined back together with gold, celebrating the object's history and flaws rather than hiding them. Every scrap of fabric is saved for sashiko embroidery, turning functional repairs into beautiful art. These practices teach us that perfection is not the goal, longevity and care are. By treating our household items with this level of attention, we foster a sense of peace and gratitude within our living spaces. We stop looking for the next new thing and start seeing the hidden beauty in what we already possess. The global impact of the Mottainai mindset cannot be overstated. When Wangari Maathai introduced the concept to the United Nations, it resonated deeply because it provided a cultural and spiritual framework for environmentalism. In a world drowning in plastic and e-waste, Mottainai offers a way out. It challenges the planned obsolescence of modern manufacturing, where products are designed to break and be replaced. By adopting this mentality, we put pressure on industries to create durable, repairable goods. We begin to see our waste not as trash, but as a failure of imagination. Every piece of plastic in the ocean and every garment in a landfill is a violation of the spirit of Mottainai. Reclaiming this value is the first step toward healing our planet. From an economic standpoint, Mottainai is a radical rejection of hyper-consumerism. Our current global economy often relies on people buying things they don't need with money they don't have to impress people they don't like. Mottainai suggests a different path, the path of enough. This doesn't mean living in poverty, it means living with intentionality. When we value our possessions, we spend less on replacements and more on quality. We invest in items that last a lifetime, supporting artisans and ethical businesses over mass production factories. This shift in spending habits creates a more stable, circular economy that prioritizes long-term well-being over short-term profit. It is an invitation to find wealth in the things we keep rather than the things we buy. The psychological benefits of Mottainai are profound. Our modern world is characterized by decision fatigue and a constant sense of lack. We are bombarded with advertisements telling us we are incomplete without the latest upgrade. Mottainai silences that noise. It anchors us in the present moment through gratitude. When you take the time to clean your tools, mend your clothes, or finish every bite of your meal, you are practicing mindfulness. You are acknowledging that your needs are met and that your environment is supporting you. This reduces anxiety and fosters a deep sense of contentment. We realize that the hole we try to fill with new purchases can actually be mended with the gold of appreciation and care. Interestingly, modern Japan faces a paradox. While the philosophy of Mottainai is still cherished, Japan also has some of the highest rates of plastic packaging in the world. This tension shows that culture is not a static relic, but a living struggle. The battle for the heart of Mottainai is being fought in convenience stores and city streets every day. However, this struggle also brings innovation. We see Japanese companies developing bioplastics and traditional furoshiki wrapping cloths making a massive comeback. This tension serves as a reminder that Mottainai is not an old-fashioned idea from the past, but a necessary tool for the future. It is a lens through which we can critique our progress and demand a more thoughtful way of living in a high-tech world. How can we apply Mottainai in our own lives, regardless of where we live? It starts with a pause. Before throwing something away, ask yourself, does this still have a use? Can it be gifted, repaired, or repurposed? It's about teaching the next generation to see the value in their toys and the food on their plates. In some cultures, this looks like the community fridge or the library of things. In others, it's the revival of tailoring and cobbling. Mottainai is a universal language of care that bridges the gap between different cultures. It provides a shared vocabulary for a world that desperately needs to stop wasting its potential. By adopting this one word, we join a global community dedicated to the preservation of our shared home. Looking ahead, Mottainai will be the cornerstone of the circular economy. As we develop advanced technologies, we must ensure they are built with the spirit of respect. Imagine modular smartphones where every part can be easily replaced, or clothes made from fibers that return to the earth as nutrients. This is high-tech Mottainai. It is the marriage of ancient wisdom and modern innovation. We are moving toward a future where waste is a design flaw, not an inevitability. In this future, our relationship with technology will be less about consumption and more about companionship. We will value our digital tools and physical goods alike, ensuring that nothing is lost and everything is honored throughout its entire life cycle. As we conclude our journey, take a look around you. The objects in your room aren't just things. They are the result of countless hours of human effort and the Earth's precious resources. Mottainai is an invitation to live a life of deeper meaning. It asks us to slow down, to notice, and to care. Every time we choose to mend instead of discard or to use only what we need, we are performing a small act of revolution against a culture of waste. We are saying that this world and everything in it matters. So as you go about your day, carry this spirit with you. Let the regret of waste transform into the joy of preservation. Because in the end, when we save an object, we are really saving a part of ourselves. Thank you for listening, and may you find the soul in everything you touch.